Hey guys, it's a new scroll hole, and we're back with Nichol Kessinger. And I wanted to go over what some have noted as scratches, light scratches on her neck and on her face, and missing clumps of hair around her hairline that weren't there prior. And some were to say that maybe Bella possibly fought back. That's why they would be lighter scratches and tiny clumps of hair missing around her face as Bella fought for her life. Looks like little hands pulled that hair out around the hairline missing. This is a theory, but let's dissect the pictures and you guys tell me what you think. Let's take a look at them and break them down. Yeah, so some say that the photos of Nichol Kessinger's missing hair, that when Bella was fighting for her life, could that have been like little girl handprints? It looks like 3 little girl or a small child's hand, ripped hair out holes or light scratches, and then a scratch on her face and on her neck. So we're going to break it down and you guys discern whether or not that's what you see. But we're going to show you the photos and highlight what people were noting, and then you can come to your own conclusion. Same way with if you think that's Nichol Kessinger or her doppelganger on the beach and on the coming off the plane. Okay, here we go. Some people say that that is a light scratch across NK's cheek and light scratches down her neck. We're gonna go over those images again. But there's the doppelganger coming off the plane with that either free flight pass or military pass. A free flight pass is like when you fly a lot, or it's when you're a geologist and you go on, for school and different jobs, you have to fly around a lot. So you get a free flight pass, which means you just show them your card and walk on board. Anyway, let's get back to the scratches. Here we go. Now just look at the regular picture and you can see what appears to be a light scratch on her, if this photograph isn't even in the right direction, on her right cheek with light bruising underneath. It looks like a light fingernail scratch from maybe a child or a woman that's drugged. Maybe Shanann was given ayahuasca or given some kind of undetectable natural psychedelic like psilocybin or DMT or LSD or zombie dust. Check out my videos if you haven't checked out my black goo video. I think it's in my occult deep dive playlist. Check it out. But drugs such as these leave the system really fast. They wouldn't be noted unless they were looked for. Back to this photograph of Nichol Kessinger's law enforcement video. That was August 16th, 2018, I believe, and Shanann and the girls went missing on that Monday, which was the 13th, so it was 3 days after all of this happened. 3 is a number they used to mock us a lot, but leave your comments below. Anywho, back to Nichol. Okay, so we're looking at Nichol Lee Kessinger in her law enforcement video on, I think it was August 16th, 2018. And look at her. If she's facing us, it would be our left side cheek. Do you notice anything? Like a fingernail scratch, perhaps, along with 3 little handprint patches of hair missing? How about I put an arrow and you guys tell me? Now, is it odd for women to have missing hair around the edges? No, not at all. But what is odd is when you see earlier photographs of Nichol Kessinger and Chris Watts right before this all went down, and her hair is nice and thick and healthy. And what else is odd is that Bella struggled for her life, and Bella has little hands, and there was hair found apparently. And Nichol Kessinger was then never considered a suspect, so they never took a hair sample from her or a skin sample. And the girls were put in tar, so they would never be able to tell if there was skin or hair under their nails. So I wonder, is the footage so blurry to divert our attention away from Nichol Kessinger and what she really looks like, Shanann's lives, why they only showed one video of her, why half of the discovery is redacted, sealed, why she's considered a witness. Did Bella rip her hair out and scratch her face and her neck? Or is this just another coinky-dinky do? You guys decide. Test every spirit. Comment your thoughts below. Let's look at the other picture. This is all allegedly. This is just things that people have noted in the comments. I've noted. And we're going to go over it. So now is a better, clear image of the missing patch of hair, which looks about the size of a 4-year-old girl's hand. And also you can see the scratch going from almost her hairline to her nose. Suspect injuries. A majority of defendants accused of strangulation also exhibit injuries from the attack. Law enforcement and medical personnel should check the suspected abuser for defensive wounds. The absence of such evidence may confirm there was an attempt at strangulation. Defensive wounds on the defendant can include scratches, bite marks, other injuries. Now, wasn't she wearing long sleeves and it was like August? I mean, just a question. And also, it says in here that light scratches from someone that's weaker or smaller may not show up for a day or two, which is just, I mean, is it unusual for a woman to have a bald patch of hair the size of a child's hand? No, women lose hair all the time. But what's weird is when your married boyfriend's pregnant wife and 4-year-old daughter and just turned 3-year-old daughter were just brutally murdered and disposed of in tar batteries, that your dead is wife was Chris Watts' former boss. It looks like a scratch going from almost her ear to her, about an inch away from her nose. And then along her hairline, there looks like one by her ear handprint. Then above that, another little handprint of like missing clump of hair. And then a third above that. There's the scratch. And I'm going to put an arrow at everything so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Rest in truth. To Shanann, Nico, Bella and Celeste, and shalom to the Rzuceks.
his wife Shanann for killing his daughters. This is how it's laid out in the arrest warrant affidavit.
She hurt him, yeah. And then well, no, not her. You're her.
Comment your thoughts below.
That stunning new claim in Colorado, a man charged with killing his wife and 2 children now says it was his wife who killed the kids. Clayton Sandell is in Frederick, Colorado, telling that story for us.